afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast from me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. We're off here to a 1 vs 1 on Faymonville Approach. In the north, it is McBain, fighting for the Oberkommando West Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the 2nd Panzer to the south, it is Medic, fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Rolling out here with the 6th Armored, we got Scavenge, Firestorm, and Fortifications from McBain, Triple Infantry versus Medic with the ever-reliable Recon Support, with Triple Infantry as well there. That has Raid Tactics, the INR Pathfinders, INR standing for Intelligence and Reconnaissance. We got the Airdrop Combat Group, we got the M8 Greyhound, and we got the M83 Cluster Bombs, which, as a fun fact, were a straight-up copy of the German Butterfly Bombs. If you're wondering why they look like them, it's not because Relic was lazy, it was because the Americans straight-up copied it. I just want to point out because still remember that one guy, for some reason, decided Relic was later when he did that, when in reality it was just the Americans straight up ripping off the, Germans. We got a full-scale Kuhlwagen start here from McBain, pushing out from the northern fuel point as Medicaid Center, and he's already to disrupt here McBain's northern movements. And as always, please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and press that bell button. Would help me out a lot if you could do so. Also, big thanks to Christian for donating and supporting the Propagandacast for this hard-earned money. So big thanks to you and a big thumbs up to you. Back to our regular scale program. We've already got some pretty intense action in the early game. Just want to get that message out of the way. We got full being pushed back here with the rifleman. We got a more full-scale squad on the way there from McBain. And there we go to get the INR Pathfinders out for Medic. Very popular there, the Pathfinders, with the ability to pick off wounded soldiers. Can allow you to steadily bleed out your opponent. A lot of engagements. Going to force them to be a lot faster in dealing with you, or use space. Can in most cases get the upper hand there. Rather than they're going for the full squad as they isolated, as McBain was trying to outflank the Sturm Pioneers. Always the danger of trying to outflank your opponent, just rush ahead here. So that's slightly backfired on McBain in the south. The Kuhlwagen holding up the resistance, but then I think there's limits to that right now. McBain is not off to the greatest start here versus Medic. His forces have been bruised and battered here by Medic. And he may in fact have to switch to the southern front here. His Kuhlwagen is dealing with the rear slums, but the rear slums are also dealing with the Kuhlwagen. So it's getting a bit tighter here between McBain and the Medic. Sturm Pioneers retreating, full squad moving up, northern fuel for them being seized. We'll have to see what McBain goes for. There's certainly quite a few options there open for him. Baits out the rear slums and attacks from the Kuhlwagen. Cheeky yet sneaky. And successfully routes them. Nice play there by McBain, and Medic took the bait. Back here, we got the platoon command post being upgraded. Lieutenant on the weather for Medic, very much standard American builds for 1 vs 1. Since you, of course, get the 50 caliber and the Stuart light tank, which are great in 1 vs 1 engagement to give an upper hand on your opponent if they're not careful. As for McBain, there's no real clear idea what he's going for. I mean, pretty much every option is on the table as of current speaking. Kuhlwagen, of course, could do with some repairs, but as always, doing quite well. 2 kills so far for the glorious Vaterland. Driving going northwards, he's going to hit for the point right next to McBain's base. More foot's going to be there. There's moving towards here. Foot's going to the Icelands as well. And back here, the lieutenant is almost done. Quick kill. More foot's coming up. We got the truck almost done there from McBain. Almost done. There we go. Schwerer Wehrmacht-Schlepper. Mobilized. There's being shot to bits here. Further north a bit of skirmishing there outside of the base. McBain looking to reclaim that, but of course the main fight here is next to Medic space at the moment. And it's not going to look, I think, be great here for McBain. He's got the less forces. Plus, I mean, it's going to be much harder to maintain such a position next to his opponent's space for long, whereas Medic can easily just pull more troops in. He's got Medic ambulance on the way as well, quite healing. Very good. Truck has arrived. Will it be mechanized? Will it be Battle Group headquarters? Mechanized definitely the more popular as of late, so I'd expect that one with the Puma, in particular as the American, since obviously with this, Medic is signaling as to light tankers on the table, and you usually want the Puma to deal with that, though. He could go for Battle Group headquarters, and he does go for Battle Group headquarters. We won't be seeing a Puma, at least not away here from McBain. He may have to go for the flag craft, but he's definitely going to need like Kednavers. And Kuhlwagen then with 2 kills fits into 1. Troops on the retreat, Parties can need to retreat both full squad squads before the Pathfinders pick them off. Up north, there, a bit of movement as well here by McBain and the German army. The 2nd Panzer Division. Waffen Pathfinders dealing with the full squads. There you go, Force Moisture Panzer closing in. Back here, reinforcement and healing going with the ambulance now finally up here for Medic. Need to treat those Sturm Pioneers. Again, they're getting bled out quite spectacularly here. Squad running here from these as well. Force the Kuhlwagen fall back, but there you go, driving in. not to push away the Pathfinder who deals some damage, just straight from the northern fuel point. Entire south side always now is wide open like a buffet here of territory for a medic to gulp down. So he's going to need to move to defend that. Mine goes off somewhere by the sound of it. Yep. Shoots him in there, blows 2 infantrymen apart. From the northern point here. Back here, troops reinforcing. Medic's almost done near Fort McBain. Still not on the doctrine though. But with the battle group head's we do get a slightly clearer idea there. Pearson's routed here by the southern fuel. Good work down the northern fuel, but he's also been hitting the northern cutoff point. Also dealing with the Pathfinders. 4 kills, veterans 1. Also do have access to the artillery barrage, which is one of the fastest and accurate artillery barrages in the game. And also recently well priced for that as well. Folks with Rifleman here, Rifleman pushing against the full gun dealer. Assault Rifle's almost ready, so going to increase the firepower here. Also I think locks up Firestorm, so it's either Scavenge or it is Fortifications and McBain. We'll obviously see what it ends up with then. I mean, the Scavenge would be an interesting one if you actually go, say, for the Ostwind. That'd be pretty neat here versus Medic, who's actually going for the M20. Possibly thinking there's going to be a Puma, it's just going to go for a lighter vehicle, and maybe hope to catch up the Puma on a anti-tank mine, perhaps. Also just as fast touchable more aggressively, so obviously you can sort of get the effect going of just a vehicle pressuring McBain, but also if he loses it, it's not going to hurt as much as he loses the Steward, at which point you can also then use that to say maybe take a hit faster for tanks. So there's certainly a few considerations there that could be going on through Medic's head. It's obviously hard to tell here from our perspective, since none of us are mind readers, and I'm pretty sure if any of us were mind readers, we'd be using that to earn a lot of money. Sturm has the into Pathfinders, M20 almost done there for Medic. Got the Sturm has been backed off. In the south here, we got pushed for the fuel point there. Good move by Medic. Thumbs up for Freedom Fiending Friend there. There you go, the M20 utility car. They're adding the armored skirts as well. The M20, I believe, was primarily used to actually support tank destroyers as a sort of reconnaissance crew for those. I'm basically just supporting them. Little fun fact there. Little fun fact there. Pretend they're charging at the Falklands is not, I think, the best push to have a Medic. M20 moving in there. Armored skirts almost done. MG34 setting up. Kuban there needs to get out before the M20 just toasts it down. But there you go, gets a bit too close. He's going to get Panda faster, but he does get it also. I mean, he could have popped smoke here with the M20 right in front of the MG34, which will allow him to put your head, unless he's planning to do something else. He's actually calling decoy smoke. He has called it in. Oh, never mind. He's cleaning out the MG34. Almost. Might still have a chance there. He gets the wipe. A big blow to McBain, who's making a run for it, but the M20 can still maybe clear out there, since the M20 actually does a lot of damage with his 50 caliber. It does tend to get, oh look, but it's really good as an support. So there you go. Second full squad moving in. Panzerfaust knocking out the gunner. That was a really close one there for McBain. Following up on another track, that's going to be the Schwerpunkt quarters, so he's going to go for some fast tech here. Not a bad idea at all, but a bit rarely seen as of late. But if you can make it work, it obviously is quite effective. Pulling back the M20 with 4 kill veterans, 1 fortress charging up, which Dion Planning is backing up here. I think he's going to have to trip from here. Those Pathfinders in particular, I think, are way too low in health to be, you know, worth risking in such an engagement, as he wouldn't gain anything from it anyways. Heading northwards there, grabbing points there, very good. Meanwhile, McBain is spilling through the centre. Like a breach in a dam. Skirmishing up north here, we got the rifleman as the full Skandiva. 50 cal on the way there for Medic and his forces. Truck out there for McBain. That's going to be Schwerpunkt quarters right around his carve point from the north. And also, of course, next to the space. That's less exposed, of course. This is Faymonville Approach. It's not that safe either, since not the distance between the opponent's base and his not that far either. It's not like there's a lot of terrain covering it up. So that's always a bit more risky there. In fact, he might actually be safer down here. It's going to be much harder for Medic to maneuver into tanks into position and deal with it easily. So that is something to consider there. Lieutenant here suppressed. And we got the 50 cal out there for Medic. M20 is also good to go. Will he be laying down mines with it? Or is he going to go straight in for the MG34 in the center? It looks like he's going for the machine gun. Oh, hits a mine. So much down on McBain. Thumbs up. Very good work. MG34 is getting hosed on with the M20 utility cards. 50 cal there, hosing through the windows, and the rear is here by the southern The wall there getting rounded by the Sturm Pioneers. Folks moving up. The MG34 or Flipcap province supporting probably needs to deal with the Folks going to before the Pantherfaster. He's not paying attention though. Bit of mistake here by Medic, and that's going to be the end of the M20. He almost got the MG34 though, but that's obviously not worth it. And like the thing is, he could have avoided that by just popping smoke there, as he wouldn't be able to bring Pantherfaster then. Obviously, if he'd done it in time. So bit of a slip there by Medic. Definite win for McBain. We got the A-drop combat group. That means paratroopers. Also the pack howitzer, which is going to make it harder here for McBain to rely on his support weapon for a bit. Take it on a smaller map. Like Faymonville Approach, again the pack howitzer is quite potent. The only saving grace is the map isn't, shall we say, too linear and too, shall we say, choke pointy, so you have some room for maneuvering against this, but even then it's going to be a bit rough. Grabbing the northern point here, paratroopers out, going to be light machine guns since these cannot be upgraded with Thompsons, and I don't think there'll be much point in him going for bazookas now, so there you go. Browning light machine guns, pack howitzer, they're also good to go. And we got McBain here with Fortifications. Had hoped to see maybe some Scavenge and an Oswin for the Oval Command West, bit of an overlooked unit there, but here we are. Here we are. We'll have to see what follows up with McBain. Will there be flak emplacements? Probably not. S-mines perhaps, or bunkers? Will there be any emplacements, or what will there be? Brian pushing north to see if pack out by coming far as well there, making it harder for McBain to hold his ground. In the south, they're pushing for the southern fuel point. The already here Medic is ready to receive any advancing Germans. Possibly with a little ambush. He's far off and reaches the vehicle on the artillery badge, or maybe able to take out that MG34 in one strike. Worth noting, by McBain is really short on troops at the moment compared to Medic. Like his force is significantly smaller and less capable, but he's actually handling it reasonably aggressive enough to, like, you know, slightly circumvent this, but obviously any mistake in McBain could give Medic the fight back. I'm just working with the Pathfinders, but there you go. Pack howitzer firing down. He folks rest about in the south to get wiped. That would certainly be very helpful for McBain if he could get wiped, even as there's just the re-echelon, since there's just less troops to move about, and there we go. Good work to McBain. Medic punished there for extending. Machine gun though is, look, that's going to get out of there. And the Pathfinders also need to get out before they get wiped. Will be, I think, quite expensive for Medic to lose too many units there. North here, right from this is the Flak-Kidnap. Oh, Pathfinders lost to the other Schutzmine. Those mines really paid off nice for McBain so far. Really nicely. He is also taking up himself. Good work there. McBain is in fact not far from a Panzer IV. That's going to be a real problem here for Medic, who has no anti-tank weapons. And no easy way of getting them, actually. That's going to be a bit of a problem here for Medic versus McBain and the German army. So I'm dealing with the Volksgrenadiers. Still, he's got a good chunk of that. And there you go. Paratroopers versus the Volksgrenadiers crossing across in the open ground here, but getting shot to bits. We've got a pineapple grenade. This one is the midst, and of course a cooked one, so there's less of a cooldown. There we go. Almost getting wiped there, but the MG34 suppresses the paratroopers. Preventing from getting a sufficiently good aim here to deal with the Volksgrenadiers. There you go. Pack howitzer firing down, getting half the gunners down as well. Brutal exchanges of violence here between these two sides. McBain is certainly in a very troublesome position, and he's very much staking every hope now on the Panzer IV Model J to save his sorry ass. There we go. Panzerkampfwagen 4 Asfaltjord on the way for McBain back here. Medic's troops are healing, reinforcing. Got 461 versus 56. Probably one of McBain's other advantages. Besides the fact he's going to have a tank up very soon with no anti-tank weapons to, like, seriously threaten it. Pushing north is a Ralph squad holding up, but on their own they're isolated. There's no supporting fire. I mean, he should just retreat. Like, he could try and hold it up for a few more seconds, but that don't increase the chance of stuff getting wiped, which would only be to the benefit of McBain. Troops in south of the folks with the MG34. Paratroopers over to the Volksgrenadiers. Close of it to 2. Setting up the MG34 to cover the advance on the fuel point. Very good there. Both fuel to control Medic. You can actually soon go for Sherman. Of course, he may be inclined to go for Jackson here versus McBain. And there you go. Panzerkampfwagen 4 Asfaltjord mobilized for the German army. Die Deutsche Panzerwaffe. Adding the pinball machine in the south here. MG-34 planning excellent carrying fire for the advancing troops. Major moving up. Could try and call in a artillery badge, but the problem is I don't think it's going to help the engagement much unless McBain is just not paying attention to the at all. And there goes he's the major moving on the flank. Here we're finding up north as well. There's certainly quite a few hotspots. Meanwhile, the Panther Force going for the base. Sensing an opportunity here, McBain just drives straight through the center, right at the ambulance. Could even take out the lieutenant. Oh boy, that is definitely a shock assault here from McBain with, well, shocking effects on medic. He didn't go for the lieutenant, perhaps worried, but still. That's quite cheeky. Lost the MG-34. He wasn't paying attention, goes too preoccupied with the Panther 4, but he can recruit it. Going for the Packard in, yes, that's going to go down, and he's probably going to destroy it. Steel punch away, let's replace the ones lost, so there you go. Packard's crew dead. Medic will lose his Packard here to the Germans. At least they won't steal it and use it against him, but even then, that's got to sting a bit. Oh, he got the Kettenwerfer though, and saves the Pack Howitzer. Now that's bad for McBain. Yikes. Suddenly the jackboots on the other foot. Need to pull back the Panther for repairs. Oh, the Kettenwerfer routed as well. Really close one there. He might be able to destroy the Packard. So there we go. And maybe gain the Kettenwerfer. That's certainly some rather tense stuff here. Keeps missing. And there we go. Cluster bombs called in here. Medic hoping to deny the least of the Kettenwerfer to his opponent. Don't think it will work. Packard destroyed. Cluster bombs flying down. And the Kettenwerfer gets away. Sherman goes through there. Bypassing everything. Going for that Panzer IV. He's risking everything. If he can destroy, of course, it's going to be great shot. Bounces or misses. Hard to tell. That damaged engine. The Sherman and the Panther IV will escape. It will live to see another day. Folks, the routed Sherman in need of repairs, very obviously. Ramping through the centre up north, you've got the lieutenant from further northwards, and the paratroopers there with 14 kills, 22 looking quite solid as well. McBain could consider some oversladen to provide himself with some more elite backbone here versus Medic's infantry. Medic with another 50 cal, not bad. Of course, Medic may also eventually want to consider some BARs up to increase the firepower on his average infantry as well. Unless he's planning on relying more on airdrop command groups of the paratroopers and pack howitzers. Panzer IV receiving most needed critical repairs. North paratroopers the Volksgun leads. We've got a Brandhand gun off, but that is easily dodged. Plus, I mean, in the open, the paratroopers still beat the Volksgun's hands down with their light machine guns and carbines. Second flip cab out, and the south, the MG-34 about to be engaged with the Sherman. The Brabs got pinned down on the field point. No 50 cover add on the Sherman, you could definitely benefit from that. Shot fired and missed, that's a bit awkward. We got 402 with 1556. Medic is slowly patching up the gap between the two. Fuel wise, Medic's acting out on, I think, a fast track here towards getting out another tank. West McBain's going to be somewhat behind here. Medic in the armor arena. Picked up on covering fire rather than moving in there. Sherman calls also on the move. Full to the routed. Southern fuel point claimed here by the Kednev. For further south, we got the Volksgunners at work. No assault rifles on those. And back here in Medic space, not much happening either. No weapon racks, that's for sure. Going for another one to replace the one that gets shot to bits by the Germans. So, how did the first ambulance start? Well, the Germans just sort of drove into a base and shot it to bits. Wait, what? Is it safe for me to be... Oh, yeah, sure, don't you worry. Don't you worry. I mean, where's that happens till you get, you know, a posthumous commendation. Posthumous? What does that mean? It means you get it by mail. Yeah. Oh, nice. Follows with the Sherman, moving up, get a good hit there. The Ken with the Lancer and the Sherman. High explosive sheltering laden, there you go. Folks popping out the building to get off a Panzerfaust. Damaging the engine, close there, but they do dodge to be following high explosive shell. Panther will take advantage of the damage Sherman to push ahead there. Good timing by McBain here against Medic. Oh, he's not Going for another tank. He's going for the captain. He wants anti-tank guns. Feeling the pressure of McBain, and perhaps he can't quite easily got more tanks. He's going to go for the anti-tank guns. Plus, I mean, he does also get another infantry score, which is always pretty good. One of the advantages, of course, of the Americans. They get the lieutenant, the captain there from Techno, also the major, but he's less relevant in that sense. That effectively just act as, like, you know, better rifle squads in a lot of regards. Which is one of the things that just allows the Americans to be so aggressive as they can be. Also makes it easier for them to, like, come back from any earlier losses, since they just get free stuff with attack. Oh dear. McBain is escalating here with a lighter Feldhaubitzer to pummel Medic into submission. That's definitely going to make it harder for Medic to make use of the anti-tank gun season. He's going to have to rely more on tanks and tank destroyers here versus McBain and his armored circus. Of course, McBain is not seeing any armor himself right away besides that one Panzer IV. The howitzer does slow down things a bit there as well. Panzer IV setting out. 15 kills on that one, close to veteran C2. Captain being hosed. Sherman shoots, bounces off the Panzer IV's armor. A harmless plonk. They're holding up, but their cover is non-existent, and the Germans' bullets are very much existent. Sherman up the shoots, bounces off the Panzer IV's again. Another plonk there as the 75 with the armor-piercing round fails to make much of an impact there upon the frontally hardened German armor, which is a fun fact about German armor, which tends to get talked about a lot less, but basically the Germans front hardened their armor, whatever it's called, their face hardened, there we go, face hardened their armor, which gave it a chance to shatter soft core ammunition, which was actually intended against the Soviet tanks, which used that, but as it turns out, the Western Allies also used soft core ammunition apparently, so they also had a chance with their shots shattering off the, you know, face hardened armor of the Germans. And it's one of those things that never tend to get talked about a lot, but it's, you know, occasionally it's actually something that's frustrating the Americans for, I think, most of the war. In fact, like even doing, you know, the fighting in the Ardennes, they'd have issues with just their shots shattering off the frontal armor of the Germans. So little fun fact there. Howitzer firing away there. In the south, we got this Panzer IV, the rank lieutenant. Close 52 on that Panzerkampfwagen 4. Can actually go for another one now. Meanwhile, Medic kept going for Sherman. Of course, he maybe thinking of Jackson Tank Destroyer is a much more enticing prospect here. Panzer IV close to 52. Northern points being seized, fixing up the Sherman. Being assaulted. There we go. Goes for the second ambulance. McBain, base raider. Jackson tanks on the way there. Now he just has to explain it to the third ambulance crew. If he ever gets one. Howitzer did fire a lot, but ultimately hit bugger all. Except maybe a squirrel. Got the Pepsi engaging the folks over there right up north here. Panzer IV again flanking. From the south, but there you go, getting intercepted here by the Sherman. Jackson almost done here though for Medic. Looks like McBain is setting up for something bigger, possibly a Panther here. I suppose he could be a bit crazy and go for a King Tiger, but he got 379 to 276. Jackson tanks are almost done for Medic. And the 6th Armored Division are kept for hiding out. Panther IV need repairs. There we go. M36 Jackson tanks are ready here for Medic. Medic! Panther IV being fixed up. We got the troops going in here. Direct hit from the Panther IV, though, killing one of the captain's members. Another one goes down. The umpires being absolutely annihilated. They're still repairing, which means they take extra damage. They got absolutely annihilated. There you go. Panther IV down to half up. The Sherman's all taking a lot of damage. Jackson IV, there you go. It's got to be a cluster bombs. Called him protecting and stun up his own tank. A Kedden for down. No, the Sherman dodges every cluster bomb. Jackson charging ahead. He's going to hit the mine. Sherman gets the Panther IV. No, it doesn't. Panther IV's from the Jackson. Jackson misses as well. Needs to get all of it out of there. Howitzer firing down into the midst here of Medic's assault. He's probably going to grapple a Kedden for getting turned once more against McBain. McBain losing goals to Steel Pilots, has to go for another squad before even repaired. He hasn't gone for any additional armor. He really should consider more tanks now. Paired with dealing with advancing focus. That squad bar has yet to be upgraded. Also McBain really good benefit for some orbital with light machines as well. But there you go. Ace paratroopers. 27 kills. Hardened killers. Sherman then being pulled back for repairs. Half H 2. Did consider another Panther for McBain. Ultimately goes for the Panther. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. Pride of the Faserland. Got the Brandhand gun out there flung. Carter there with 1 kill now. Panther 4 being repaired. Close to Veteran 3. Pairs there, 29 kills, but routed due to the sheer level of low health they're suffering from. Jackson being fixed up, Shan being fixed up, heading for the southern points as well. We got 371 to 258. 50 cal unloading, copious amounts of hardened freedom let there at the Germans. Medics counter-attack here, those being stymied by the MG-34. Nice to set up there by McBain. He should add the incendiary pinching round ability here to increase the damage down to the advancing troops. Getting more damage and more kills, which also helps expedite experience gain. So there's generally a lot of benefits using this one, but it's usually one of the abilities most amount of players never uses, despite it being absolutely great. The south, they got the Panther dealing with Lieutenant. Panther's ready here for McBain as well. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. Ausführung A, which is one of 3 models of Panther that saw service in the war. No, that was not the first model, that's the Model D Panther. Yeah, I don't get it either. Anyways, Panther moving ahead here. Panther 4 got a unit wiped in the south. Looks like the Lieutenant might have been annihilated there by the Panther 4. Close 53. Panther 4 here versus Sherman. Artillery fire rain down. Jackson as well there. Panther down to half health already. It's armor. Yeah, it's kind of like the goggles in that Simpsons episode. It doesn't really do a lot. Sherman knocked out though. Jackson moving here straight to the Panther on the Panther. Panther between the Jackson, almost got it. Looking pretty bad here for Medic, and there you go, the Panther 4, now Veteran 4 by the way, took out Medic's Jackson, but there you go, damaged engine. Still, Medic's situation is looking pretty grim. Now it's McBain who's gotten most of the force here. Medic barely has any, but the main difference, of course, where previously it was mostly infantry fighting each other, now there's tanks on the field, and it's going to be much harder for McBain to come back from this. Not necessarily impossible, but it's going to be a lot damn tougher to pull off. Take over the Panther 4 that is almost at the ace level, and eventually 4 it's already quite accurate, but eventually 5 can even fire reasonably accurately on the move, which is quite big in fact for a German vehicle, since most German vehicles, in fact I think all of them have a 50% or 50% penalty to accuracy on the move, so getting any like German tanks to have less of that on the move is actually quite significant. Plus of course, again, the Model J Panther will just get several accuracy bonuses, plus it's just quite accurate, so it becomes incredibly potent versus infantry. Medic here though, turning to the anti-tank guns to stem the flow here of German steel. 32 kills on the pairs. They're really doing great work here for Medic. They're doing amazing work. Grabbing the point right next to Medic space. And there goes second and 1 anti-tank ready here for Medic. That's going to give him a lot of firepower here versus McBain's armor. Picks up the Panzer 4. Good to go. Panther in need of repairs as well. Close to it as well. We've got the hard to find way as well there. Yeah, basically just hoping to catch something, but he's actually gotten some kills now, 6 kills, not too shabby. But I mean, it's still kind of inaccurate. As you can see, most of the shots are going wide off here. Up north here, big push here, got the 50 cover of the Panther 4, 38 kills. Again, the high accuracy just means that he can really crash some units. He's been up the entertainer to deal with it. Needs to be careful to set up where they set up because the Panther Force is going to clear them out. Because again, it's very accurate. It's going to be able to like quickly snap up. There you go, second shot, second kill. Almost got her there. Halfway to the ace level, 40 kills. Got another kill, and again, this is despite being on the move, it can still reasonably land hits. I mean, of course, once it hit victory fire, it's going to be quite accurate even on the move. Jackson away there for medic. Panther, I think Southwards here for McBain. Rifleman moving in. Petrol's the folks going to use. Got the Panther moving in. Halfway to 55. Panther moving in. Panther moving right past the rifle, shooting down the machine guns. Going for the bases, hoping there's another ambulance, but this time around, medics thinking 2 steps ahead. No ambulance to destroy. Or, you know, he just couldn't afford it. Panther being held back. Falling back with the Panther. Ooh, several hits here, a bit of risk move to be on for McBain. Might actually cost on the Panther. Got Betson's 1 gain. Anti-tank rifle grenade is not going off. Oh, there we go. There we go. Still, it's been difficult to, I think, finish off the Panther unless McBain does something really dumb there. We got 363 versus 185. Medic situation is perilous. We got more Pathfinders as well alongside the new Jackson tank destroyer. Panthers and Chob's going to need troops down there. At least it's Panther 4 down there to assist. I don't think that's going to happen though. Got the full flank from the north. Got the anti-tank gun. Almost. 45 kills. Jack's moving up. There we go. Several hits. Panther 4 down to half health. Ace level gained. Need to blitz. There we go. No, well, I can't blitz. Also increase the rate of fire. So again, Betsony 5, Panther 4 has, as you can see, their good rate of fire and is very accurate. Also quite fast. So there's a lot of great things that Czech, of course, is getting there in the first place. And there you go, medic gives up. Fight is over, victory for the German army. A bit of a nasty fight here on Faymonville Approach. Medic certainly had some good moments, but I feel like he didn't quite capitalise on the openings he had, plus a few awkward moves here and there. I think very much played up from McBain. Plus losing the pack out the way he did was, I think, also not helpful. McBain, I think, meanwhile, played it cautiously, safely, but also, no, he played it aggressively. He played it boldly, in fact. That's the exact opposite. Like, you know, he was aggressive, man. Even like he had smaller force count than medic, he was still able to utilize like a whole decent amount on the map here versus medic, and that made it much harder for medic to pull his advantage. So some really great play that McBain allowed him to push through and get out the tanks before medic, and that was really proving to be the critical moment there. So there you go, home job this match. You'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, channel family, but don't tell your enemies. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.